Hi, this is Darren from Darren's Radio World. We're gonna do a quick review on the Ccrane CC Skywave radio tonight. I love this radio. It's an awesome radio. It does it all pretty much except single sideband. It is a AM, FM, weatherband, airband, and shortwave radio. There's a lot of radios out there that do not have the weatherband. The Ccrane Skywave and single sideband Skywave radios are really, for quite a long time, were the only radios that had the weather band in them. I know there's a couple other ones out there now that have the weather band. That's the XH Data, I think D608 WB radio, and the XH Data, I can't remember, D109 WB radio. But this little radio here rocks. I tried to recently get an XH Data radio from the XH Data company to review and test and make a video and show it off for them on my YouTube channel, but I don't know, they're being weirdos about it and not giving me a radio, telling me my channel doesn't meet their requirements or some bull crap like that. Who knows? But I don't really care. It's their loss, not mine. If they don't want me to promote their radio and try to snag them some sales, yeah, like I said, that's their loss, not mine. But anyways, before I get too sidetracked, we're focusing on the Ccrane Skywave radio tonight. This radio rocks. I love it. It's like my next favorite radio next to my Texan PL990 radio. This thing is a very sensitive little bugger. It picks up, like, it really keeps up with my Texan PL990 radio. It is just as sensitive as that big boy, you know, and it's a great little radio. I would strongly recommend buying one. It's definitely, I know it's a little bit more expensive, like $89, but you know what? I say it's worth it because it's got everything except single sideband. Now, I know the Ccrane Skywave single sideband radio has a single sideband in it, but it's also $150 more than this radio, which I think is a little outrageous. I don't think a radio is worth an extra $150 just to get single sideband. So that's why I chose this radio. I'm not interested in single sideband. Don't use it, never have, never will. I just like to browse around on the regular international broadcast bands and do some medium wave DXing. That's my thing. So yeah, I would say if you don't need single sideband, save yourself $150 and just get the Ccrane Skywave instead of the Skywave SSB. It's just as a good radio, sounds just as good, performs just as good. It's a good radio. If something ever happened to this radio, I would definitely go out and buy another one. Regardless of the price, it's, you know, for $89 with having everything in it except SSB, you can't go wrong. And I like the fact too that the weather band, it has the alert thing on it where if there's really bad weather coming your way. And I have used it a few times this summer. It has come in handy. I have had some pretty nasty weather move through my area this past summer a few times, and my alert went off on the radio and told me, exactly what was going on. Once it was a severe thunderstorm warning. Then there was another one that they sent out, the National Weather Service, for a tornado watch, and then there was one just recently here a few weeks ago I got one for a tornado warning. And that's awesome to be able to have weather band in a shortwave radio. It can literally be a lifesaver. So yeah, definitely I would go out and buy one of these radios. This one here is definitely a keeper. So anyways, I guess we'll start like I did my review on the Texan. We'll start with the back. All right, first here's your antenna, your shortwave and FM antenna, and your ferrite antenna for the medium wave is in the radio on the top here. This is your frequency chart on your kickstand. Just let you sit there and read it for a minute so you can see. You got your FM, your AM, your weather channels, your air frequency, and your shortwave. And I kind of like this radio too on the shortwave. It actually has a little bit more of an extended band on the shortwave than most radios. Most radios stop at 21.950 kilohertz. This radio goes up to 26.100 kilohertz. So you're actually getting a little bit more of an extension in the shortwave band on this radio than you do with most other radios, like the Texan PL310 ET or the Texan PL380 or one of them other radios. I like that. That's nice. And then this is your battery compartment. It takes 2 AA batteries. You can stick either regular alkaline batteries, or you can put rechargeables in. And before I forget, I do want to mention, if you put regular alkalines in, I believe, let me see here. Yeah. The number 9 button. Right there. See, it says charge above the number 9 button. If you stick regular alkalines, make sure you hit that button. Let me turn the radio on. Uh-oh.
Test. This is a statewide required monthly test.
Oh, that's just alert, and that ain't even the weather band. That's just a
Emergency Management Agency, Harrisburg. This is only a test.
That's just a thing. But anyways, yeah, I thought I was on the weather band. Oh my God, the radio the FM station I listen to every once in a while, that comes through. They do a test. But okay, so I think. Actually, I don't even think you need the radio on. You just hit the number 9 button, I believe. Or maybe not. Maybe it does have to be on. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, well, It should. I don't know. Maybe this radio doesn't have that feature. I know sometimes they put features on there. I don't have the owner's manual for it. This thing came in a blister pack, and I've had it for a couple of years now. And I mean, I do use it occasionally. It is a nice radio, and I love it to death. But yeah, usually like the buttons when it's listed orange above the button. Actually, well, let's see. Does the lock work? I'm sorry. I only got one hand to work with here. Huh. Oh yeah, there we go. See the key lock in the lower left corner. So I don't understand why the charge. It should say on and off. I thought. To whether your charging is on or off. Alright, well, let's try the radio on one more time. I don't know. Try the 9 button. Oh. Oh, that just does a page. Oh, I don't know what's going on. You'll have to read the owner's manual. I thought, yeah. I don't know. Watch now. Watch, this button will do something. Nothing. Huh. Maybe the 4, but I don't know. This is weird. Yeah, there it is. I think that's it right there. Alright, what did I just do here? Oh, that's what it is. The number 4 button. If you want the clock on when the radio's on, you hit the number 4 button. And then when you turn the radio on, the frequency will disappear and the clock will come on while you're listening to the radio. Or it should. Yep, there we go. Yeah, and then... Okay, well, I know the buttons are working then. The number 4 button changes to F means frequency, to view frequency when the radio's on, or to view the clock. So I don't know what the charge... That number 9 button should have... Yeah, I don't know. Again, maybe this radio just doesn't have that feature. I don't know. Sometimes they have radios, they even though they say things on the radio or in the owner's manual, it's not all necessarily true. So either they did used to have that feature on this radio, but they took it away and they didn't take the word off the front of the radio, or they planned on putting that feature on this radio because yeah, it's not working. But I would double check though. I would seriously just double check. Oh, wait a minute, what's going on here? Yeah, I would double check your owner's manual if you buy one of these radios. Oh, you know, I'm seeing the battery indicator. I'm going to turn this light off for a minute and try to check something here. Oh. Watch the battery indicator. If I can get it cleared in here. Oh, it's not the battery indicator. When I hit that 9 button, it makes the battery indicator swing up and down real quick. Goes down, comes back up. So I don't know, but yeah, if you do use, and listen, if you do use regular alkalines in this radio instead of rechargeables, read your owner's manual. Make sure you know what you're doing, because if you try to charge this radio with alkalines in it, you're gonna have a big mess on your hands. You're gonna ruin your batteries, you're gonna ruin your radio. So check your owner's manual on how to make it switch back and forth from alkaline batteries to rechargeable batteries. So anyways, that's been long enough for there. So anyways, yeah, there's your battery compartment, as I was saying. And it takes 2 AA's. On the side here, you got your tuning knob and your volume wheel. On this side of the radio, you have your carrying strap, and you have your headphone jack, which I hear this radio also, besides the Texan PL310ET, this radio, from what I hear from other people reviewing this radio, has awesome headphone experience. And then you got your mini USB charger for the radio to charge your batteries with if you do not have an external charger. Okay. Then this is your digital display screen. This is the time. Again, I use the military time. I don't think you can switch back and forth from military time to regular time on this radio. I do believe it is only 24-hour time. But again, if you have an owner's manual, or if you buy this radio and look in the owner's manual, you can check to see if it does have a back and forth military time, you know, either 12-hour time or 24-hour time. And that's your battery indicator there, showing you how strong your battery is. Your CC Skywave radio. And because it's the older one, I do have the older one, it does not have the external antenna jack on the side of the radio, which sucks. I wish I would have known that they were going to put that in a new radio like that. I would have waited to buy the radio before I did that, but now I'm stuck with having to use a clip or something on the antenna if I want to try to get better reception. I mean, I don't mess around with external antennas. I just use the telescopic one for the FM and shortwave and the air band and the weather band, and then I let the whatever I pick up on from the internal ferrite antenna bar inside the radio for medium wave. That's all I usually ever do. Every once in a while, if I want on medium wave, I might bring out this bad boy. It's really dusty. It's been sitting here. It's one of those loops for AM or medium wave, whatever you want to call it. It's the Texan AN200 that can boost your medium wave, but as you can see, it's been sitting down there. It's very dusty. I don't even hardly use that. I just pick up whatever the radio does. I'm not all into making my home to look like a TV or radio station with antennas all over in my yard, on my house. I'm not all into that. I just enjoy picking up whatever the radio picks up. It amazes me. But so anyways, and then you got, I believe it's a 1.5-inch speaker. It's kind of tinny sounding and small sounding, but it does have over here, this button here is your tone. You can adjust the tone to go back and forth from voice to music, and you can hear a slight difference. If you put it on music, it makes the sound a little more higher and crisper. If you put it on voice, it makes the sound a little bit more tonal and a little bit more bassy. And that does help, even because the speaker is not that big and that great, but with that tonal switch back and forth to music to voice, it's a good sounding radio though. I mean, it does make it sound good. You can choose whichever one you want. I usually, most of the time I just leave it on music if I'm listening to music, or voice if I'm listening to a voice program. Sometimes if I get a radio station and the music's not coming through so bassy, I'll switch it over to voice and it makes the music sound a little bit better. So yeah, you got that. That's a good thing. So yeah, and this is your power button. This is your AM, FM button to go back and forth to AM, FM. These are your up and down buttons to scan. Either you use your tuning knob, or you can go up and down with the button, scan, or do your ATS scan. Again, I have no idea how to work the memory banks in this radio, and I don't have the owner's manual, like I said, so I am not really familiar with that. That's something that you guys will have to figure out if you get an owner's manual, if you buy the radio, or if you have the radio and have the owner's manual. You can also call Ccrane up too. They're awesome. They have awesome customer service. They're located right here in the United States, out in California. When I first got this radio, I had a question about it. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I remember they answered my question and I got the radio to function how I wanted it, whatever it was. Yeah, so Ccrane has excellent customer service. I love Ccrane. If their radios weren't so expensive, I'd definitely be buying a single sideband one too. I just don't have the money. I don't even really have the money to get another one of these at $89 a crack. I'm blessed to have this radio. I was able to get it before I ran into some really hard financial times that's probably going to last me for quite a while. So I am blessed to have this radio. But yeah, excellent customer service. Okay, then over here you got your frequency button. If you want to punch in a frequency, like, okay, we're on the FM. you have to hit the frequency button first. Otherwise, nothing. It's just going to go through different phases and stuff. Like say if I want to go back to my oldie station, I have to hit the frequency button, and then I go 885, and there it is. So that's your frequency button, whatever, and this is, say you want to go to AM, you go to AM, and I'll turn the radio up a little bit because there's really not music. Everything's all talk on AM.
You don't have to imagine what
well, except Zoomer Radio, I can pick that up, but I'm not putting that on because I'm not trying to get another tag from stupid YouTube. But, yeah, so you want that frequency, you have to punch the frequency button. We'll go to my sports channel. It's AM 1260. Boom, there you go.
Now with this injury to J.J. McCarthy, you want to throw it on Sam Darnold? Sam Darnold, who is at...
I don't know if you can really hear the difference. I'll try to do the voice and tone thing.
20,000? Oh, man.
Watch, you see where it says voice? It'll go music.
I mean, you clean up, you put 100 on that. I don't know, Caleb's interesting. He'd be a rookie, but...
Yeah.
5,000.
Here it sounds like it gets a little bit louder, a little bit crisper.
He's going to be good. Kirk Cousins, Atlanta, could have a good team. And they got Matthew Judon as a trade. He's plus
See, then you go back to voice and it gets a little bit more tonal and bassy.
If the Falcons win 10 games and they win their division...
But that's what you got to do. That shows that. And then you got, like I said, you want another frequency. You can hit the 1450. That's our money station here in Erie.
The SEC has fined 26 financial firms a total of $393 million as part.
But that's what that is, their frequency. You have to hit that frequency button in order to numerically enter a frequency in off the numeric keypad. Then you got your page button. That's got to do with your memories that I'm not really sure about because I don't have the owner's manual to read up on it and figure it out. Your bandwidth, that's your bandwidth for shortwave and AM. I'm not sure.
The future is. They're all in on robotics right now. Robotics is the next big thing at Apple. They're talking about humanoids.
See what they are. I think they're 3, 2, 1, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, they're 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like I showed you on the Texan the other night, same bandwidths. And I leave it on 3 because everybody says 3 is a sweet spot.
Rival lenders opening the door for its material risk takers to earn up to 6 times their base salary.
Oh yeah, and that is your signal meter that shows you how your signal strength is for the radio station you're picking up.
10 times base salary is up for grabs.
Okay, so that's the bandwidth, and then this is your weather, shortwave, and air band. So if you want to go to weather,
investment bankers, traders, and even
shortwave or air, you got to hit this button. It goes back. There's your shortwave band. There's your air band. And that's your weather band.
65 at Buffalo, 57 at Ashtabula, and 60 at Jamestown, New York. The current time is 1:06 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This is NOAA Weather Radio KEC 58 originating from the National Weather Service Forecast Office in Cleveland. We supply the latest available information.
So there you can see that. So that's how you So this is for AM and FM button, and then down here to get to your weather, your shortwave, and your airband, that's that button. This meter button, that's if you're in shortwave.
Thursday night. Low pressure system will...
And that takes you through to your different meter bands. See? That's how it takes you through to your different meter bands. Gets you there real quick. And the number 5 button is your beep on and off button. Again, I leave the beep off. The beep is annoying, so I leave the beep off. Number 5 is your beep button. Number 8 is your alarm button. You set your alarm. And the 0 button is your 9 and 10K stepping for medium wave. If you're anywhere outside of Canada or the United States, you usually are running in the 9K medium wave. If you're in Canada and the United States, you're running in 10K. That's normally how it goes. And that's your lock button there, to lock your keypad so you don't mess anything up. And then this number 7 is your time set. We can set your time. You know, you push it, it blinks. You move the tuning knob around to get your hour, then you hit it again to get your minutes with the tuning knob, and then you hit it again, and boom, there you go. And I think that's about it. Oh yeah, and the reset, this radio here does have a reset button. You stick your little pen or paper clip or whatever up in there and hold it for a few seconds. That resets your radio if you're having any issues with the radio. The Texan PL310 didn't have one of these, but this one does. And I would say, I would hope it does. It's a very nice radio at a very expensive price, but it is a very nice radio. I highly recommend buying this radio. It is so sensitive, and I'm going to be doing some band scans on this radio, in all bands, shortwave, medium wave, FM. Yeah, it's a really nice radio. I highly recommend buying this radio. This is an awesome radio, and except for single sideband, it's got everything else in it. AM, FM, weather, air, and shortwave. It's got it all. So yeah, beautiful radio. Very sensitive. Love it. Get it. I would definitely get it. And like I said, if you're looking to get a Ccrane radio and you want to save yourself $150, if you don't need the single sideband, you can save yourself the $150 and get this radio. It's just as good, sounds just as good, performs just as good as the Skywave SSB. So, yeah. So, I guess that's about it. I hope I got everything. If you have any comments, you can write comments down below. And please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe, support me, please. And hit the like button and the subscribe button and the share button. And also you can tap the bell icon to get all my new notifications of any new videos I post, so you'll never miss a video. Okay? So with that, this is Darren from Darren's Radio World. You have a good night. Bye-bye.